Hello, beautiful collective, and welcome into my channel, The Rare Gazelle. My name is Reem, and welcome into your general collective message. I have a business and career message. It came out in Virgo's reading very quickly. I saw it in the collective space and I grabbed it, it's still circulating my psychic channel, and I feel like this is a collective message. There is a formal proposal, a deal, a contract that comes in for you. And upon signing this contract, it assures and secures a destined path. I'm hearing 10 to 15 years. It sets up or secures the next 10 to 15 years for you is something that I'm getting here from the spirits. There's a lot of official and formal persons, people, lawyers, businessmen, businesswomen. I'm also seeing a lot of official spirits within the divine laws, councils, divine order, your system of experiences. I'm hearing it's all here by the book. Everything is going according to plan. Okay. Some of you have a north node in Leo. Okay. Let me open up the psychic channel a little bit more and give thanks to the spirits that I work with. Thank you, Spirit of the Most High. Thank you, guardian angels and ancestors known and unknown. Someone has a hand tattoo. Most qualified, the most benevolent from the ancient lands. Or like tattoos on their fingers or something like that. I'm seeing that for someone out there. Thank you, Goddess Sanana Ishtar. Thank you to the great divine mother Nenher for your blessings, your love, your courage, your strength, and your gifts of protection. Thank you to the collective for aligning yourself here today. Thank you for your trust. May you receive these messages with clarity, trust, and revelation, free of any distortion and delusions. Ashe and Amin. Okay, so you are entering a time where you no, okay, they're saying that you've been in this time. Okay. It may feel like for the past couple of years, you have been feeling like something is out of your control. The spirits want you to know that these are the effects of destiny. These are the effects of the divine order and the overseers of destiny that are overseeing this particular destined path for you. So if you feel like certain things that you want to do don't go according to plan, or certain things that you think that you should be doing or wanting to create, or manifestations that don't necessarily come into fruition, but you feel like redirected, or anything that you do, okay, anything that you do outside of this particular course in your career, your job, your business is not necessarily the focus right now. So you may feel like other areas in your life are being sacrificed, or they're not necessarily growing, developing, manifesting. Okay, is something that I'm seeing here. Some of you feel like you have sacrificed your time, or you sacrifice love, or you feel like you can't like start relationships or keep relationships, is something that I'm seeing here. The spirits want you to know that you, okay, I'm hearing you will make up for lost time. Some of you feel like you have lost time in other areas in your life, okay? Because you have been career driven or business driven, or there's a particular project or a hobby of yours that you want to make into a professional career. Okay. You will have the opportunity to make up for lost time in other areas in your life. Because this particular endeavor, this particular career and destined path is going to get secured for you, that you will have the time to spend elsewhere. Okay? That's something that I'm seeing here. My left ear is just on fire, just, burning. I'm just gonna share what I see, hear, and feel, and any sensations in my body. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. For the collective in this particular message. Okay, the spirits want to advise that we will not be talking about time. So I usually do timing. I can read time, when things will occur. They're saying that will not be in this reading, that will not be seen. Um, this feels like it'll be a surprise. Um, it's also because you have these overseers of destiny right now. This is feels like something is a little hush hush as well. Um, some of you, this is a really big contract, so you can't necessarily talk about it or announce it just yet. There will be, okay, thank you, Spirit. There will be a formal announcement of what you just signed or what you will be signing. Um, there will be a formal announcement to friends, to family, to colleagues. Even for some of you, I'm seeing cameras. So some of you, there will be a public announcement as well. Some of you, there will be rumors that you're signing this, or some information will get leaked that you are signing this contract or deal. That particular message won't be for most of you, just for like one or two. Give conception and cardinal directions. And there's divine order at the bottom. These are the overseers of destiny. Everything is by the book. This is your system of experiences. This is what Spirit channeled not that long ago. We were saying that. Okay, so they're confirming that. Um, you have your hero's journey, number 9, and the whole self. 9/21. That feels like a date. I don't know why, but that feels like a date. It feels like September 21st. This can even be year 9, okay? And 2021. I know they said they wouldn't give time. However, this feels like in the past. Okay, this could be where ideas were conceived, imagination was conceived, um, the directions began to reorient themselves because of the conception of this destined path. Okay, something was put in place. Okay, this is the time. The time is now. You are going to be securing these experiences in the future to come. So there was a conception, that began to reorient your directions. And the spirits are saying, this is what you started to feel on your journey, right? The spirits were really talking about you may feel like things are out of your control, right? The reason being because of this divine order, okay? This destined path and the orientation of experiences are now put in place to assure the certainty and the security of this path, of this destiny. So I really feel like maybe since 2021, I was feeling like for the past couple of years, I mean, 2021, maybe even since 2023 for some of you, maybe it may have been more recent where you are feeling like it's out of your control. The journey recently has been feeling like you're, it's out of your hands and it's in heaven's hands, it's in the divine's hand. Okay. All of a sudden now I have a headache, okay, on my left temple. You are entering this time of your life, like just when this proposal comes in for you, for your business, for your career, that really sets up your a big chunk of your life, like they're saying 10 to 15 years, which is really interesting that they even brought that forward. But they really want you to know that that's how big this is. That's how it's a big chunk. This isn't Okay, it's interesting. You have here the big picture underneath that. So they're saying this is part of the big picture. Okay, this is part of the big picture. That's why they're presenting, yeah, they're presenting this divine order and the messages about it here to you. Like this is going to be the next 10 to 15 years that are almost going to feel like set up for you, okay? And it's like a small picture within the big picture. Okay, does that make sense? That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, you have your open doors underneath the big picture and ancestors. That was underneath the open doors. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, recently in the collective, I've been feeling like things are opened. I felt that way in Virgo's energy where this message came forward, and we're reading it in the collective because it is a collective message. But I keep feeling like things are opened. There are spaces, and in those spaces there are open doors, and you can feel them. You're really entering this time with your whole self. Like when you are presented with this deal, with this contract, with this proposal, you're signing like with your whole self. Like I don't know how to explain that, but okay, thank you, Spirit. Like you have okay, they're saying you have worked for this security, you have worked for this level of security, offer, deal, money, like you've worked hard to receive this. This isn't just, the spirits and your destiny and heaven and the divine order and the official spirits that are ensuring that this happens for you. It's also your journey and the work that you have done that also assures its certainty. There's someone has a name that starts with the letter H. Sorry, there's a lot of messages and spirits coming through. H is coming through. So you have on your journey, you have worked really hard and you are approaching this time where this begins. You are approaching this time where this begins with your whole self. Like you're signing that contract with your whole self. Like there's no fragments, there's no fractured energies. Like you are there, very, very, very present, is what I'm seeing here. Okay. Um, Yeah. You may have been, I don't know why I'm saying 3:03 right now on the clock. Some of you, I'm hearing something about your parents, like my parents can attest to this, or like my parents can, my parents will be so proud. Like they've always known that you were gonna do something like this, or get this deal, or get a contract, or be seen, or step into this it was always part of the big picture. There's someone in your family that's like always known. I don't know if they were like gifted, maybe they were, um but they like saw something in you, and they've always known that this would happen for you. That's something that I'm seeing here. If this was a loved one of yours that said this to you, they may be in spirit right now and part of your ancestors that's coming through. But I'm getting this energy that even as a child, you have always had an interest in whatever is going to be offered to you as this deal, as this contract for your career, your career advancement, your job. Um, you've always known that this is what you wanted to do. You never wavered from doing this. You've just always known. Okay, that's also something that I'm seeing here. You knew that it was a part of you. And that's part of the reason why this is assured. Yeah, okay. I was shuffling these, I put them down, and I started to talk about that. And on the bottom is the fates. Like, yes. Yeah. Yeah, and there was a point in your life that you did refuse the call. There was a point in your life that you refused this, but you're surrendered now. You're all in. You're all in. Whole self. You're all in. Again, I feel this like when this deal comes in for you, when you sign this contract, the official, right? It's so official. It's official on paper in the physical, but it's official first in spirit. Before your time began on earth, it was official. I can feel the spirits. I can feel how official this is. I can feel the written energies. It's written. Okay. You may have felt like you were just made for this. But there was a time in your life, maybe in your youth or early adult years, where you felt, ah, no, I'm gonna give up on this dream. You refused it, but you were brought right back into it. And even that refusal, Spirit is saying, even that refusal was part of the big picture. Even that was part of it because it taught you more about yourself. It taught you more about yourself and who you are. This is really beautiful. I feel myself coming down a little bit. I know this is in the spirit realm. Um, a little bit maybe perhaps even behind the scenes, right? This feels like a behind the scene energy. What's coming together, the contract. Ooh, okay, yeah, because I'm feeling myself kind of coming down and in the physical realm. I feel myself in the physical realm. Yeah, you're gonna have a revelation. Maybe this reading is going to spark a revelation for you. 5757 is coming through here twice in this conception card and in the unmarked trail. 5757. That may be important to you. Seven may be your lucky number. Seven. Okay, so let's talk about the contract. if I'm allowed to look. It'll come quite surprising as well, like this offer, this real deal. I do have to say, I didn't know when I could share this, but it feels like I can say this now. I was walking my dog Bunny, and I noticed this car that was parked, and the license plate on it said real deal. And then all these messages started to come through about a contract, business, career, that's gonna assure and secure your path, your money, your future. Um, Even like it gives you the ability. That's interesting. That's what I'm getting here with this contract. Not only is this going to be the deal that you sign that begins all of this, but it's going to give you opportunities, thank you, Spirit, opportunities to begin other projects that you've always wanted. Spirit is taking me back to what was channeled earlier about feeling like you lost time in other areas of your life because you have been so driven and so focused. I'm hearing entrepreneurship on your business, on your career, that you may have felt like you have sacrificed relationships or love or time elsewhere. In your life, you're going to get that back. And hearing make up for lost time. Okay. Um, so what the spirits were saying also about feeling like in the past couple of years, like something was out of your hands, it's out of your control. When this is, when this deal comes in for you and you sign it and, things really get rolling for you. Okay, things really get rolling for you. The opportunities come in, the money, the resources, the people, um, you're gonna have other opportunities to begin what you feel like you have lost out on. So you're gonna make up for lost time, and these are going to be things that you write, things that you create for yourself. So this feels like destiny pre-written, okay, for you, written before your time on earth began, right? Began conception. But this here are going to be things that you can write for yourself, and it's in the areas that you feel like you lost out on. So if you felt like you have lost out on love, or you couldn't focus on relationships, or starting other projects, or traveling, whatever it may be, you can write that in now. When that comes in, when you sign that deal, you will have this opportunity to write other things in. Other things in. Okay? I hope that makes sense. That's what I'm seeing here. Um, you're gonna have a I already shuffled it in, but the spirits were still talking about the revelation card. You're gonna have a lot of revelations of who has your back in spirit. Okay, some of you, it is a loved one that has passed, that has always believed that this is what you were meant to do, what you're supposed to do. They knew that you were gonna make it big or get this deal. They just knew. They're on your spirit team. They're part of your ancestors. There's a revelation of who has your back in spirit. Some of you may be musicians, artists, creators of some kind, entrepreneurs. Okay. Some of you already have I'm seeing an e-commerce page, like a website. I think, yeah, an e-commerce page. Some of you have a website. Some of you began conception. I don't know why I'm getting this, but some of you like began a website not that long ago, not that long ago, and then this deal comes in, and then it just builds on what you have already started on your business. It just builds on top of what you have conceptualized. Okay. You get to be authentic. I feel like you already have been authentic, but you get to be more authentically yourself. That's what I'm seeing here with the many masks, authentic self. I feel like you've been the type of person to dabble in so many different things or to try so many different things. You had your mind set on a lot of paths. You give me the energy that like you're the person that can do all of it or do a lot of things, even though you were designed and you have a destined path for like a particular job, entrepreneurship, um, career, even though this feels specific to your nature, there's like other things and other avenues that you can step into is also something that I'm seeing here. Again, these could be experiences of travel or starting other projects or love or relationships, but there's just so much more that you can do and you're going to feel like you can finally do it. Okay? Is what's coming through. Let's get one more. But you have authentic, you have your whole self, like it's just gorgeous. I think they want to get into the, yeah, they want to get into the tarot, but here you have the magician, confidence in your magic, and new beginning, the moon maiden. They're really wanting to talk about the things that you feel like you have lost out on. You'll be able to create when you sign that contract, when you sign that deal. You're going to make up for lost time in other avenues and other spaces in your life. You're going to make up for lost time, is what I'm seeing. You get to create it, you get to design it. That message is coming through again. Some of you are in your late 30s and 40s, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, you could be older, you could be younger. I'm just seeing that in the energy. I just share what I see, hear, and feel, okay? What else is coming through here? Yeah, it's here. Work. Eight of Pentacles. Wow, and the Wheel of Fortune. Talk about destiny. The Wheel of Fortune. This cycle, again, the moon also talks about cycles here. Um, that's interesting imagery I'm getting, like these two spirits that are cranking the wheel. It's like they're cranking the wheel and opening this door. I'm getting that image. That's kind of piecing together there. Um, yeah, this is a cycle of abundance. The way you persevere is also just stunning. Like I feel that with the Eight of Pentacles, your perseverance, your determination, the way you just don't stop. Even when you refused it, right? It was still, again, it was like part of the big picture, but you kept going. So the spirits were saying 10 to 15 years. Yeah, more of the cycle energy. I stopped at the moon. The spirits were saying this deal is going to secure a destined path, like your next 10 to 15 years. I'm getting that confirmed here with the Wheel of Fortune, and it's a path. It's a path of prosperity here with the Eight of Pentacles. They're opening the door. On your prosperity. You're thank you, Spirit. I was like, oh, you're gaining access to your prosperity. You have your Santa Muerte, which is death. Look at that Ace of Cups here. Yeah, okay. You're gaining access to your prosperity now. That's also what this deal, this contract that you're signing, it assures security, and the security feels like it's material, money. Okay. It also secures like a title, like a role, a responsibility that you have that you will uphold, that you hold. Okay. It also assures that. For some of you, like, there's something about power, like, it gives you access to power, maybe power that you didn't necessarily have before. It feels like it's on this plane and in spirit. They're bringing in that revelation. You're gonna have a lot of revelations of who has your back in spirit, because the spirits that are overseeing your destiny, they have spiritual authority. Thank you, Spirit. They have particular spiritual authority and rank, and you will have access. You will have access in the spirit world to create, to design, to write, want, need, and it will be done in a way that you have not had access to that before. Like you're gaining a spiritual authority. Okay? Is something that I'm seeing here. You're going to experience a period of rest as well, and renewal and rejuvenation here with the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Because you have your perseverance, you're going to have a period of rest, because it's just going to go. It's going to go. It's going to build on itself. Remember, I said that too. What you have done for your career, your business, this deal is going to assure movement and processes and development, implementation, and it just goes. And it feels like you will have some kind of team that you can delegate to so you can rest a little bit, is also something that I'm seeing here. Eight of Pentacles to the Four of Swords. And that's what gives you, thank you, Spirit, that's what gives you the space, Santa Muerte and the Ace of Cups, to design and to give yourself opportunities elsewhere with what you feel like you have lost. You can now make up. With Santa Muerte and the Ace of Cups, death and the Ace of Cups, there's a renewal. There's this feels really interesting. I'm hearing like there's a life that you never thought that you could have because of your destiny, because of your determination on your work, on your career, on your job. There's like a life that you never thought that you could have, but you get it. You get it, you create it, right? It comes in. And again, for some of you, it's love, it's relationships, it's children. It feels like for some of you, I'm also getting this energy like you have lived an unconventional life and you still want that unconventional life, but you want it to balance it with something conventional is also something that I'm getting here. One more. Okay, Knight of Wands. They had the star. And the strength, the Leo. Yeah, some of you, your North Node is in Leo with some, again, I think I said that earlier. I'm feeling that. Um, Perhaps for some of you as well, your North Node may be in Aquarius. Hold on. Or this could be South Node, Aquarius, North Node, Leo is something that I'm seeing here. It may be the other way around for others of you, but what I'm feeling here is like North Node in Aquarius and or South Node Aquarius, North Node Leo. Okay, but take it as it resonates. It could be the other way around for some of you guys. Um I'm not an astrologer. I channel planets and I can just see it. But that's something that I'm seeing here. But these could also be poles that are shifting, right? The north and the south node that are shifting. Um, oh, okay. With the Knight of Wands, this is just fast. It's passion. It's excitement. It's also it's sex, it's intimacy. It is your root chakra, your sacral chakra. If you do magic or if you feel confident in your magic, if you do magic, yeah, burn a red candle. Burn a red candle. Okay, there's more here in that Knight of Wands. One second. Some of you are educators. You are educators or you have the ability to teach. Okay, some of you have a course that you have set up or you've set up some kind of lessons. I'm seeing someone's website. Like there's courses, there's lessons, there's teachings, and this deal that comes in for you. There's something about promoting your work. They're going to promote your work, put it out there. It's going to circulate. And you're really going to be seen here with this Leo energy. And you're going to inspire a lot of people because of what you teach. Okay, some of you are educators. Or you have a particular consultation techniques or something like that. I'm also seeing you public speaking. Okay, you're going to be publicly speaking. Like I said, some of you, there's going to be a public announcement. There's cameras. You're going to announce the partnership for some of you guys. So you're really going to have to jump on the horse and be courageous and publicly speak, even if that's something that you don't like to do. I'm seeing you do something that you don't like to do, but then you're going to end up enjoying it. You're going to end up really loving the exhilaration, the excitement that you get from it. Okay. 5555, clarity, great transformation, major changes, opportunity, fast-paced forward, and process. You aren't a victim of circumstance, rather you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. You are accomplishing what you have set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. I feel like that just summarized your entire reading. We'll get one more. Perseverance. And 505, unexpected shifts. Oh, and wish coming true. Wow. Divine intervention, sudden challenges, love, pleasant surprises, gut feeling. This number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong. I'm telling you, you're ending up exactly where you belong because it was pre-written before your time on earth even started, which could be in someone's arms, your dream job, or abroad. This contract, this deal comes in unexpected, and again, you're gonna have the ability to write in what you feel like you missed out on because you were so determined to accomplish what you have set out to do, and you do it, that what you create for yourself, that's gonna come into fruition too. It feels like you just get what you want. Like this is just the energy, my love. This is the energy. I love when readings are like this. I really do. And I feel like it's not often, but when it's this kind of energy, it speaks so loud. Um you have here moderation, patience, flowing self-realization, manifestation gateway, and taking action. This is manifestation. This is your magic. This is the co-creation realm. This is like fate. This is destined path that is secure, that is set by the spirits. And then you're going to create what you want with what was created in destiny for you. And what you write, you get. You're going to get a lucky break. That's what this is. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It's not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. Thank you, Spirit. That's like the best way to say this energy. It's a gift from fate. These openings, what you co-create, is a gift from fate. And you have perseverance, change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and enlightenment. There's a need for change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, just keep going down the road that you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll know what the right next step is. You know, you know. You're guided. The divine intervenes on your behalf to get you to where you need to be. That's also a gift of fate. I trust that this reading resonated. I feel the psychic channel just slightly just closing in or closing. Um I trust that this resonated. Thank you for aligning yourself here today. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.